Hi, this is Greg Giannakko. They call me the Profit Prophet because I'm always looking for ways to make more profit and more money without doing a lot more work. That's not really being lazy, is it? Some people call me lazy. I get a lot done, but I don't like doing a lot of work and not getting benefit out of it. So that means we have to all work smarter. Speaking of working smarter, have any of you worked with social media influencers to have them put posts out or run videos and their stories, to do anything with them to market your products or to help someone else market their product with social influencers? Well, this takes a lot of legwork. I mean, it sounds so easy. Oh, I'll just pay her, I'll give her some free products and she'll promote my beauty line, or I'll give him some few tools and he'll brag about them on his. It's not that easy. It's actually very difficult, and that's one of the reasons it's kind of stalled. But there are 6 different platforms out there that will help you find influencers in your niche that you're looking for. So it's still a lot of work though, because nobody has created what I had thought of, and that is creating a platform not only where you identify the social media influencers, but bring them into your fold where you have predetermined contracts already signed. Did it ever occur to you that a 16-year-old or a 14-year-old who's really, really popular with their open boxing videos, or they're really good at pet care, or all these things that kids actually are really good at? Some of these kids have millions of followers. You can't, if you're a large company, you can't negotiate with a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old, and then you call their mom, and the mom hasn't any business experience, or their dad. So there's really a big disconnect here, and there's a real need for somebody like you, smart like you, to contact a dozen influencers in certain niches and do a contract with them, work out the terms and conditions and the payment and everything, and work all that out. Then you turn around and offer that to me or some other business. This is a market that's really not developed very well yet. So I would pick if I was doing it, I would pick a niche, some verticals, and I'd make deals with a dozen people in each of those. Then I could say, then I know who to target as my business. So if you're a beauty company selling any kind of beauty care products, then I would know that I've got 12 influencers in the beauty niche, and I know more or less what their engagement rates are, and I know how much they're going to charge me, or if they'll just take products. I know what their target audience is. I could study them really well, and I could be, kind of like an expert on those 12 people. Now, it could be 30, could be 9, but I'm just picking 12 as an example. That makes it worthwhile to use them. And then I would go, since I know I'm dealing with beauty products, I would go and find beauty product firms. So you really need to know who your target audience is, and you need to niche down. Now, you can have a number of niches you're working with, but for each niche, you have to know, because you have to find out where these customers are hiding. Where would you find beauty products companies? They're hiding somewhere, but at least you know who they are. You can't target things like, yeah, we do travel services for women between the age of 24 and 50 that like to travel to other countries. That's not a niche. In fact, you'll go broke trying to market to that because you're not being definitive about it. So I'd pick those 12 influencers on a different set of different verticals, and then I would go after companies. This is not genius. This is actually pretty straightforward. Some of you might be doing this already, but this is a great business. And then you become known as a person who is the agent for these influencers. Now, when an influencer says they charge $800 to make a post, you'll be able to get 25 or more % off on that. So you'll make like a cut of 25% for all the work that you do. And as you do more work with them, you might get more of a discount. As they get more popular, they might raise their rates. And that's something to always consider. But you'll be able to always get at least 25%. When I was doing Twitter advertising for a company, I got up to 50% off because I guaranteed them a certain amount of volume over the next 6 months. And you can almost do that. After a while, you'll be able to say to an influencer, I guarantee you at least $2,000 a month from my various different clients. I mean, I wouldn't promise that out front if you can't do it. So you'll be able to get discounts, and that's where the profit is. Businesses are going to love this because they don't have a Linda or a Kathy or a Dave or a Bob free in their office that can go and contact. I mean, contacting these influencers is something else. And if they're really popular, it's even worse because now they're divas and they don't get back to you. They charge more, or they smell new opportunity. So you need to set this up ahead of time. And businesses are going to love the one-stop thing I talked about with social media marketing. They're going to love this with social media influencers. And then if you have, let's say you had 4 niches and you had a dozen influencers that you really negotiated with, you have contracts with, and so on, you can go to a social media marketing agency and say, hey, I can make it easy for you to reach influencers in these niches. And I have a total of 2 million people we can reach amongst my different my different people that I work with. I have them under contract and so on. And I'll help you do the creative. And that's the other thing. When you deal with influencers, what is the creative? Are they supposed to have a certain product to show? Are they going to wear a dress, or are they going to use a tool? Are they going to take a picture of themselves at the Tahiti Marriott? Do you have to fly them there? How does that work? You got to work all this stuff out. Is it photos? Is it videos? Is it stories? Is it mentions? And this is why businesses are going to love you for having this agency that you can take care of all this for them. And you have one contract with your company, then you have your 12 contracts with your influencers, and you really know all the details. And so you really become like a talent manager in a way. Your targets are social media management agencies and businesses themselves directly. So there you go. I would love to start that business, actually. I don't like to do a lot of work, so I need someone to work with me. But there's a lot of you smart people out there. You can start this business inside of a couple of days. You'd have a few influencers, but to really have a stable of 12, it might take you a few weeks. But within 60 days, you could be banking some big money by offering people your social media influence talent agency. Just a tip. I would do it myself. If I do, I'll be in competition with you, and you will not win against me. So you better do this before I get started. I work harder, longer, I have more money to put into it than you do, and I really could rock this business if I wanted to work that hard. If you'd like to start one and you want a partner to kind of guide you a little bit and be involved a little bit, maybe I'm the guy for that too. But I don't think you need me. I think you can figure this out on your own.